What is going on, everybody? My name is George Anderson. I am here in Washington State. I live in Spokane, but I help people all over the state. And we're going to talk about the property tax exemption for senior citizens and people with disabilities. So lately, we've been going around and we've been knocking on foreclosures. Now, foreclosures, I want to remind everybody here that your status of foreclosure is posted on the internet and everybody can see. You might think that your information is private when it comes to foreclosures, but everybody knows it. And the reason why is because when a bank is foreclosing on a property, they want to see if there's any other debt collectors out there that are against the property that need to get paid. So they're like people that come forward. It's pretty much like a probate process when you put your information out to the public in a newspaper or something like that. And that lets creditors come through and say, hey, we have a debt we need to collect with this person that just passed away. Not that's the case with this foreclosure or anything like that, but they just put it out there so everybody knows. And a lot of times, a lot of people are like, hey, how do you get my information? It's posted on the internet where we can see that. Now, we're not trying to dig into your stuff. In reality, what we do is we try to help you through this situation. And we've helped several people already. And we've only been door knocking for the past couple months. So there has been some really significant help in foreclosures when it comes to senior citizens, especially people that are disabled. And what we're finding is that during the time that they are supposed to get the exemption for their property taxes, they lapse and they don't renew it. So what the city's going to do is the city's going to send you a notice saying, hey, there's going to be a renewal request that you need to fill out, and it has to be done before December 31st of that year so the city can take care of all that information for you. But say you don't do the update of your exemption and you have to do it every 3 years. That's what we're seeing is every 3 years. A lot of people say, oh, it's every 6. No, it's every 3. And what happens is when you lapse on that, the mortgage company is still paying those taxes. So if you're on an automated system of paying your mortgage, you're actually falling behind on your mortgage if your taxes go up. And the mortgage company's not going to let the city take the house back via tax foreclosure. The bank is just going to foreclose on your house themselves. And it's protecting the bank's interest in the property, right? They put a lot of money down when you borrow the money from them, and they're going to foreclose because you might have thought that you've been paying every single month. And you might have been paying every single month. You've been paying the $600 every single month, and all of a sudden your payment is $1,100 a month. And we've seen that with several people lately, and they've been getting foreclosure notices. And these people are getting state help when it comes to benefits like maybe they're hurt or they have a disability somehow and they can no longer work. They're on a income that is just standard every single month for them, and that's all they're going to get for the rest of their life. And this happens quite often where this person thinks, okay, my bills are getting paid, but the bank doesn't really say anything until your bill is extremely outstanding at that point. And then you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to talk to the city and you're going to have to let them know what's going on, but you're going to have to provide information for every single year that you're trying to get that exemption going. So I know for a fact that this has happened to several people, and we were able to get a hold of the owners, and then we actually had to go to the children of the owners because the owners no longer understood what was really going on. Their state of mind has really deteriorated over time, and I'm very sorry that this happens to each and every single one of us at one point or another. We see it all the time with the elderly, but that's where the children need to step up, and we need to take care of our elders. So what happened at one of these houses was I was able to get a hold of her daughter, And we got over there pretty quickly, and we were able to let them know that this foreclosure notice was sent in the mail. And there was not much in the rears on the foreclosure. It was pretty insignificant amount of money. But at the time, this was a lot of money for those people. What they were able to do so far is they're getting in contact with the city, and they're getting all of those fees, the tax notices and fees taken down. But then they're going to have to work with the city or with the bank and figure out how all those fees come off of that foreclosure, right? It's become such a pain in the neck. It's become a monster. And it really pays off, folks, to really take care of your parents. I know that there are a lot of things going on in our lives, but we need to really focus in and put that in the forefront of our mind. Our parents took care of us when we were younger, and through no fault of your own, maybe you were injured or something like that, and you weren't able to take care of them. Also, this happens quite frequently. We just need to make sure that we go there and try to understand the situation, make sure that we stay on top of these things. I, for one, fall back and fail on this all the time, so I am not pointing fingers here at all, folks. This happens quite frequently with a lot of people. I just want to make sure that all of this information is out there, that these renewals for the property tax exemptions and deferrals for elderly and people that are disabled needs to be renewed every 3 years. Otherwise, that property tax goes from here to here. And then you're not going to know that you're behind on your mortgage, because like I said, the bank's going to keep on paying for that. And you're going to keep on paying monthly. Maybe it's just automatic payments, and you just don't think about it anymore, because that's easy to do. And I've done that before too, where I was paying on a credit card and automatic payments, and then all of a sudden the threshold of that automatic payments was no longer met because you were spending more money on your credit card. Next thing, the credit card sent a collections agency your information saying, hey, we need to get this money back from this person. And so that happened when I was younger. Now I don't do automatic payments because I learned a lesson of that, and I like to make sure that my payments are done every single month. But there's a lot of people out there that are okay with doing automatic payments, but remember that you should require yourself to go in there and check to make sure that your bills are getting paid every single month. And some people just cannot do this. They don't have the ability to do this. Maybe they don't have the computer skills necessary for this. Just go back and make sure that your parents or your renewal is taken care of every single year. You can actually set a reminder on your phone for every couple of years to just go back and check on that. It's pretty simple to go on there and click on the calendar and update that stuff. Like I said, the city's going to send a renewal notice, but maybe we don't see it. Or maybe we're scared to open that letter, or maybe it got lost in the mail. So whatever the circumstances are for this type of situation, make sure that you just go back and update that. So on another note, if you cannot fix this situation, there are companies like myself that are cash home buyers here in Spokane. There's a lot of cash home buyers in Washington. That what we do is we specialize in helping people out that need to sell their house fast. So this is a secondary option, right? If you can't finish the first option with going back and fixing all that stuff with the city, maybe you can come to us and we can help you out there. And we can buy the house from you for cash, and we can do it as little as in 30 days. And we've done this before. It's worked out really well, and you actually got all your equity out of your property. We specialize in speed and taking care of these things quickly. So again, if this happens to be you, hopefully you can take care of option number one. We're just option number two. We're always on standby. If you need to check us out over at www.reibrandedhomebuyer.com. We are cash home buyers in Washington, and then we're also cash home buyers in Spokane. So we operate mainly in Spokane, but we buy all over Washington. And our saying is no more worry, no more why, just peace of mind with REI. Give us a call at 509-769-3439. What we'll do is we'll set up an appointment. We'll come out and we'll talk to you, and we'll try to help you out with whatever situation you find yourself out. And hopefully hopefully we can help you walk through the situation too. We've done that with several people. We are more than happy to not purchase your house. We are more than happy to help everybody out. What we did when we started this company is to help as many people out as possible and not let the banks win. Again, we're not financial consultants, we're not real estate attorneys, we're not real estate agents, we're just cash home buyers. That's all we do is purchase houses, fix them up, and we either sell them, so this is our business model, or we might rent them out. But that's pure transparency right there. You're not going to get that transparency from a lot of other companies out there. We want to be as transparent as possible. We want to help as many people as possible. That's the reason why we started all these videos. And in fact, I think we're probably shooting ourselves in the foot for putting all this information out. But in hopes that we can help as many people as possible, even if we don't purchase your house, that's fine with us. We just want to make sure that you are taken care of. You in Washington are taken care of, okay? I hope you liked this video. I hope you subscribe to our channel. We're going to be putting out more and more information as days go by. And if you think my information is wrong, please comment in the comments below. If you really like the information, please comment in the section below. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a link to the Spokane senior and disabled persons tax exemption area, so you can renew your stuff if that needs to happen. So I really wish you the best, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.